Namaskar bachon. Once again I feel very happy to see you all in this virtual class, and in the last episode we have seen about the motion, different types of motion, graphical representation of motion, and how the equations of motions are derived from the graph. And we have also seen some of the numerical problems which are very often asked in the examinations. So in the examination point of view, some of the concepts we have covered, and I hope you understood all those concepts. Now in today's class we will learn about uniform circular motion and some related numericals on this chapter. Before going to learn the concepts, look at the screen where you will find some objects are in motion, and after the video we will see what are the concepts we will be learning in today's class. Dear children, you have seen that two different objects are in motion. In the first video you must have seen the object is in motion in a straight line, whereas in the second video you have seen that the object is in circular motion, right? So what is a circular motion? Any object which moves in a circular path or follows a circular path, we call it as the object is in circular motion. Now we try to understand how a circular path is formed, or how the object moves in a circular path can be considered to be a part of the motion. Now you see the first picture. Here in this case the object is in motion. What is the type of motion? The object appear to follow a straight line. Now look at this picture. Here you can see that the object is in motion, but it follows a circular path. Now we try to understand how the circular path is followed by an object. Dear children, you can see below an object is moving from this end to this end, right? We assume that the distance covered by the object is 100 meter and the time taken to cover the 100 meter is just 10 seconds. So from this we can find the speed of the object. What will be the speed? Speed is equal to distance travelled by an object divided by time. So by using this formula we can find the speed acquired by the object. Children, now look at the picture. Here the object is in motion. Here we assume that the total distance covered by the object is the same as that of the previous one, that is 100 meter. So in order to cover the total distance, the object takes 2 minutes. So here also the speed of the object remains same. Now what is the difference between the motion which you have seen earlier below in the screen and the speed acquired by the object by this picture? We assume that the motion of the object which you have seen below the screen and the motion of the object over here, both are uniform. So here in this case you can see that the object is in uniform motion. So what will be the acceleration? Here in this case the acceleration will be 0. So we know that a body is said to be in acceleration, or a body is said to be accelerating when there is a change in velocity. Here in this case you can see that the change in velocity is 0. That means at each interval of time the speed is, or the velocity is the same. So the change in velocity is 0. So in the motion which you have seen below the screen is uniform and the acceleration is 0. Whereas in this picture you can see that the object is in motion. To complete one rotation of the rectangular track, the body is changing its direction 4 times. We know that what is velocity? Velocity is speed acquired by an object in a particular direction. So a body is said to be in acceleration when there is a change in velocity. Change in velocity may be its magnitude, or change in velocity may be its direction. Here in this case you can see that the object is in uniform motion. That means the distance travelled by unit time remains same throughout the motion, but here the change in velocity is just because of the object changes its direction along its motion. So when the object moves from the point A to B, it travels in a straight line, but when the object goes down, it needs to change its direction. So by moving from A to C, the object changes its direction. Similarly, when the object starts moving from the point A to D, it happens to change its direction 4 times. So we can say that the motion is uniform, but the body is said to be in acceleration, or we can say that the object is accelerating. So the acceleration caused by this motion, by the uniform motion, is due to change in its direction. Now look at the second picture, which is in the shape of regular octahedron. Here also we assume that the total distance is 100 meter and the time taken to cover the 100 meter is just 10 seconds, as we have seen earlier. Here also we assume that the motion is uniform. That means equal distance is covered in equal interval of time. So we can say that the object is in uniform motion. Now can you say whether the object is accelerating or not? Here the acceleration is again not 0, because the motion is uniform, but starting from point A to the end, it completes one rotation. In order to complete one rotation, the object needs to change its direction 8 times. So the change in velocity we can see here due to the change in direction. As a result of this, we can say that the object is accelerating. So the acceleration caused by the object during its uniform motion is due to change in velocity. Similarly, if we increase the number of sides, then finally we will get a shape like this. We call it as circle. The shape is in the form of circle. Here we can see, we can find indefinite number of sides. So when a body is in uniform motion along a circular path, we can say that at each interval of time the body is changing its direction. So in order to understand this, we see a video clip. From there we will try to understand how an object is moving in a circular path.
Motion of blades of an electric fan, motion of earth around the sun. We can see the circular motion on a stone tied to a string is swiveled. During its motion, we know that the velocity is speed with direction. Here the stone revolves at uniform speed, but the direction of motion changes continuously. This brings change in direction at every interval of time. Hence at every position the direction is different. So the change in direction causes change in velocity. When there is a change in velocity, then we can say that the body is accelerating. If the stone is released at any point, then the direction of motion will be the tangent to the circle. Likewise, the motion of an athlete in a circular track is also a uniform circular motion.
Children, when an object is moving along a circular path, then the object needs to change its direction at each interval of time. So we can say that whenever an object is moving in a circular path, the object changes its direction, so the object is continuously accelerating due to change in the direction of motion or the change in its direction. Whenever there is a change in direction or the change in speed of an object is observed in a uniform motion, we can call such motion as uniformly accelerating motion. So the object which follows a circular track or circular path, the uniform motion in a circular path is said to be uniform circular motion. So the object which moves uniformly in a circular path, we call such motion as uniform circular motion. Now we try to understand how the object is moving in a circular path. About that we will see. Now look at the clip here. Here a stone is tied with a string and allowed to rotate. When the string is rotated, then you can find that the stone is revolving, and you can observe that like circular motion you can observe here. Here in this case, at each interval of time, the object changes its direction, so we can say that the stone is in acceleration. So the stone is continuously accelerating due to change in the direction of motion. However, we can see the motion of the stone is uniform as the speed remains the same. Dear children, as we know that whenever an object covers equal distances in equal interval of time, it is said to be uniform motion. Here in this case, when a stone is revolving, when allowed to rotate, then we can find that the motion of the stone is uniform, but the stone is in acceleration, or we can say that the stone is continuously accelerating due to change in the velocity. The change in velocity is caused due to change in direction at each interval of time. Now we learn what are the things needed to make an object to move in a circular motion. Children, force is required to make an object to follow a circular path, or in order to make a circular motion, we need to supply force. When a stone tied with a string is allowed to rotate, what happens? We are trying to pull the string towards the center. So the force is applied towards our hand. So with that force, the object is revolving in a circular motion. So the force which is exerted towards the center of the stone, center of the string, or holding with our hand, that force is known as centripetal force. So in order to make an object move in a circular path, the force exerted is known as centripetal force. Now we discuss some of the important uniform circular motion exists in the nature. Artificial satellites move in a uniform circular motion around the earth. So during its motion, the force of the gravity is the centripetal force for the circular motion of the satellite, and the satellite is continuously accelerating, or we can say that the satellite is accelerating due to change in the direction at each moment. Here the movement of satellites is an example of uniform circular motion. Secondly, we will see that moon revolves around the earth in a uniform circular motion. So with the help of the gravitational force, which acts as a centripetal force for the uniform circular motion of the moon around the earth. So this is also one of the example of uniform circular motion. Thirdly, the motion of earth around the sun is also an example of uniform circular motion. Here the force of gravity between the sun and the earth acts as a centripetal force. With that centripetal force, the earth revolves around the earth in a uniform circular motion. Now another familiar example is the seconds hand in the watch revolves around the dial by following a uniform circular motion. So all these motions what we have discussed now is an example of uniform circular motion. In this, all the objects what we have discussed are accelerating continuously due to the change in direction at each interval of time. Children, so far we have discussed about what is circular motion. We have also discussed the indefinite sides of a circular motion. Now we will discuss what will be the speed when an object moves in a uniform circular motion. To find this, look at here, it is a circular path. Here the total distance, the exterior path, the total distance is called the circumference, as you have already learned in mathematics, right? So we know that the circumference of the circular path is the total distance to be covered by an object which is following uniform circular motion. So the total distance can be found out by knowing the circumference. So as we learned in the previous episodes that speed is the quantity which can be found out by knowing the total distance travelled by the object divided by time. So here when an object is moving in a uniform circular motion, we can find the speed is equal to the total distance divided by time. Here the distance of a circular path is the circumference. So the speed can be written as speed is equal to circumference divided by time. We know that the formula of circumference is 2 pi r. And here pi is the constant which have the value you know very well, 22/7 we will take to solve the numerical problems, and here r is the radius. Sometimes in numerical problems a diameter will be given, and in that case you have to find the radius. We know that the diameter is equal to the twice of the radius. So diameter is equal to 2 into r. If diameter is given in the question, radius can be found out, r is equal to diameter by 2. So by dividing diameter by 2 we will get radius. With the value of radius we can easily find out the circumference of the circle or the circular path. So this way numerical problems can be solved. In the next section we will be seeing about some numerical problems based on the uniform circular motion. There we will discuss how the numerical problems can be solved by using the formula. Now we will see some of the numerical problems based on uniform circular motion. Look at the question. A cyclist goes around a circular track once every 2 minutes. If the radius of the circular track is 105 meters, calculate his speed. Now look at the picture. Here the circular track, the radius of the circular track is 105 meter. The cyclist takes 2 minutes to complete one rotation. Whatever the physical quantities given in the question, that we will write first, then we move forward to solve the problem. So here time is given, t is equal to 2 minutes, right? And what else is given? Here the radius of the circular track is 105 meter. So here r is equal to 105 meter, right? Now see here, radius is in meter whereas time is in minute. Whenever the distance is in meter, then the time should be in second. So the time which is expressed in minute needs to be changed into seconds. We know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So 2 minutes is equal to 2 into 60, that is 120 seconds. Now in the question, calculate his speed. Speed we have to find out. So speed is small letter v, we have to find out. We have already discussed in the earlier section, for an object to move in a uniform circular motion, the speed can be found out by speed is equal to 2 pi r divided by time. Here 2 pi r is the circumference. As we know that when a body moves in a uniform circular motion, total distance covered in a circular path will give you the circumference of the circle. So the track is circular, so the distance, total distance to complete one rotation gives the circumference. So here 2 pi r is the total distance and t is the time taken to cover the distance, that is circumference. Since the value of pi, we can write the value of pi as 22/7. So that can also be written here, the value of pi is equal to 22/7. Here r is the radius, t is the time. So substituting the value of pi, r and t in this equation, we will get speed is equal to 2 into pi, the value of pi is 22/7 multiplied by r is given as 105 meter. So 105 divided by time is 120 second. So solving this equation, we will get speed is equal to v is equal to 5.5 meter per second. So this is the speed when a cyclist goes around a circular track once every 2 minutes with a radius of 105 meters. So this way speed acquired by a body in a uniform circular motion can be found out. Hope you understood how the first question is solved.
Look at the second question. An artificial satellite is moving in a circular orbit of radius 42250 km. Calculate its speed if it takes 24 hours to revolve around the earth. How will we solve? As we know that whatever the physical quantities given in the question, that has to be written first. So what are the quantities given? Here that radius is given. So here we can write r is equal to, what is the value of radius? 42,250 kilometer is the radius. And time is given here, t is equal to 24 hours. Now what we need to find? We need to find the speed of the artificial satellite. So we have to find. And in the previous section we have learnt how speed of a body revolving in a or moving in a uniform circular motion can be found out. We know that the speed can be found out by using the formula v is equal to circumference of the circular orbit divided by time. Here the circumference is the total distance. And we know that the formula of circumference is 2 pi r and time we will write as t. So here pi is given. So in the earlier section we have already seen that what is the value of pi. The value of pi is 22/7. To solve this numerical problem, we know that pi has one more value, that is 3.14. So instead of using 22/7 to solve this numerical problem, we will use 3.14 as the value of pi. So by substituting the value of r, the radius, time and the value of pi, we can find the speed of the artificial satellite which is moving in a circular orbit. So before going to solve this numerical problem, we need to correct the units. So here kilometer needs to be changed into meter. So we know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So 42,250 kilometer will become 42250 and 3 zeros we need to add. So 3 zeros, this will be our radius of the circular orbit. So similarly we need to convert the time which is expressed in hour to second. We know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes and each minute has 60 seconds. So 24 hours is equal to 24 into 60 minutes and each minute has 60 seconds. So this will be our time. Now by substituting the value of radius, time and pi, we can get v, speed of the artificial satellite, is equal to 2 into the value of pi we will take as 3.14 multiplied by radius is given as 4225000 divided by time is given as 24 into 60 multiplied by 60
meter per second. So here the only time you will require is to solve the big part, big numerical problem. Rest all things you can do within a minute. Care must be taken to do the multiplication and division process. So by solving this we will get V is equal to 3070.9 meter per second. So here now we need to express the speed in kilometer per second. We know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, and also 1 meter is equal to 1 by 1000 kilometer. Knowing this formula, we can convert the velocity which is expressed in meter per second into kilometer per second easily. So how can we do? So by dividing the speed by 1000, we will get 3070.9 divided by 1000 kilometer per second. Further solving this, we will get 3.07 kilometer per second. This is our required answer. So this way, such type of numerical problems can be solved by knowing the formula for finding speed of a body moving in a uniform circular motion, that is V is equal to 2 pi r by t. Hope you understood how the second question is solved. Likewise, you can find more questions on the sample papers and in your textbooks and try to solve all those questions. Hope these numericals will help you to understand about the uniform circular motion. Likewise, you practice and find some more questions for practice. Children, in motion we have learnt many concepts which you will find it in the next chapter, that is force and laws of motion. So now we will recall whatever the concepts we have learnt in the motion. So firstly we have learnt what is speed. Speed is the distance travelled by an object in unit time. And secondly, we have seen that the uniform speed is when an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, we call it as uniform speed. And here the non-uniform speed is when an object covers equal distance in unequal interval of time, or unequal distances in equal interval of time is known as non-uniform motion. And after that we have seen that velocity is the speed in a specific direction or in a particular direction, we called it as velocity, and both speed and velocity have same unit, that is meter per second. Later on we have seen about acceleration. Acceleration is the change in velocity divided by time, or the change in velocity with respect to time is known as acceleration. Later on we have seen that different types of motion and how these motions are expressed graphically, and we have derived three equations of motion. Firstly, we have seen that velocity time equation. Secondly, we have seen that position time equation, and thirdly we have seen that position velocity equation. And in the later section we have seen how the three equations of motions can be derived by using graph, velocity time graph, and some of the numerical problems also we have practiced. And finally, in today's class we have seen about the uniform circular motion and some numerical problems also we have solved. Children, based on today's learning, I would like to give some easy home assignments which you can practice at home. Here is your home assignments. So that's all we have for today's class. In the next episode we will be seeing another chapter, another new chapter. Till then, take good care of yourself. Bye.